I'm Rich Crampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to ShoreSportsZone.com. What a Saturday of high school football along the Jersey Shore. We've got a last-minute game-winning touchdown, an overtime game-winning field goal, and some great matchups. We're going to get started right here in Toms River, where Week 6 wrapped up with a Saturday night showdown between Southern Regional and Toms River South. Well, Southern had 2 weeks to get ready for this matchup with Toms River South. They jumped out to a 7-0 lead, but later in the first quarter, here's Tymier Berry. It looks like he's sacked, but Berry is so elusive. He's able to throw on the run. Beautiful pass to Javion Harris. We're tied up at 7 apiece. But Southern gets something going late in the first half. Pat Walker, great run here. Well, he is a tough football player. Gets the stiff arm out, a good run to the 28-yard line, and then closing seconds of the half, John Bleichner goes to the air. He finds Evan Hankin with just 7.9 seconds to go. At the half, the Rams have a 13-7 advantage. Third quarter, it's more Southern. Bleichner had a good game. Look at this pass here to Zach Halliday. He almost busted that one open. He just stumbled a little bit, but on 4th and 1 at the 5, Walker is stuffed by the Toms River South defense, so it stays a 13-7 football game. And the Toms River South defense was trying to make opportunities. Dom Vanderbrook with the fumble here. Jake Idevia comes up with the loose football, and this time the Indians are able to convert this into points. Check out Berry. My goodness, this is dynamic. Goes a little high step and watch it spin around right here. Ooh, man. That's a great play. So now we get to the final play of the third quarter, and this is Berry doing it again. He is so dangerous every time he has the football. This is a 53-yard touchdown run. Southern blocks the extra point at the end of 3. We're tied up at 13 apiece. And at this point, Toms River South had the momentum. They drive it back into Southern territory, but on 4th and 1, Jesse Amir comes up with a huge stop. Boy, the Southern defense did a good job of keeping this high-powered Toms River South team in check. And then Bleichner to Halliday. Oh, he's off to the races. Almost takes it all the way down to the 4-yard line. That was a touchdown-saving tackle, and it was huge because here on 4th and goal from the 1, another huge stop by the Toms River South defense. But Southern's defense holds. The Rams get good field position with about a minute and change to go. This is Bleichner to Femi Palmer. Look at the big fella. He's going to get the Rams into field goal range. It's all on the foot of Brandon Barnetti, and there is no doubt about this one. It might have been good from 47. All he needed was 27, and Brandon Barnetti comes through in the clutch with 1.5 seconds to go. The Southern Regional Rams pull off an upset. 16-13 is your final. What a football game on Saturday night, and what a way to close out Week 6. Remember, this Toms River South offense is dynamic. Khalil Green, Tymier Berry. You saw what Berry can do. He is just an exciting player to watch. But Southern did a pretty good job of keeping them in check for the most part. And John Bleichner did a great job of running the Southern offense. Don't forget about the Rams defense, but in the end, it was Barnetti who gets the headline with the big game winner. We caught up with him after the game.
Yeah, emotions were high for the team, of course, and just really hoping on perfection. Snap had to be good, the hold had to be good, and I had to get that kick through.
We really got to give a lot of our credit to the coaches and the offensive line. We always knew, I knew deep down that this game was definitely winnable, even though everyone counted us out. I knew that we can do it.
It was a time to turn the season around, you know what I mean? Big difference between 3-2 and 2-3. And, you know, the kids just played their hearts out.
At Manasquan High, the Warriors band striking up a tune. Rumson-Fair welcoming back Charlie Volker. The Princeton commit has missed a couple of weeks with a high ankle sprain. He was feeling just fine in this game, though. An 8-yard touchdown. It's 7-0 Rumson-Fair early in the second quarter. Now, Manasquan has had a lot of Bubba McAlery, but hey, what about this guy? It's a freshman, Connor Morgan, and there he goes. 55 yards. Hey, the future is bright in Manasquan. Look at the freshman deliver. It's a 7-7 football game. That was a great play. Rumson looking to take the lead before the half. They go back to the workhorse. Charlie Volker has no more injury woes. Wow, 50 yards for Charlie Volker. At the half, Rumson has a 13-7 lead. Opening drive of the second half now. It's the Rumson-Fairhaven defense getting disruptive. Ben Eisenstadt with the quarterback sack right there forces Manasquan to punt. And it would set the stage for Charlie Volker and his third touchdown of the game. This one covers 22 yards. It's 19-7 Bulldogs with 7:17 to go in the third. They're going to tack on a 2-point conversion to boot as the sophomore quarterback Mike O'Connor finds Jack Moore. This made it a 21-7 RFH advantage. But Manasquan's not giving up. The freshman, Connor Morgan, his second touchdown of the game, a 2-yard score, makes it 21-13 with 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Manasquan would get the ball back. Tanner Cowley with the fake punt pass to Matt Paterzo. Move the chains. There's 5 minutes to go, and Manasquan's driving down 8. And it would set the stage for Morgan, his third touchdown of the game. And all of a sudden, we've got a 21-19 ball game. It's time for the Warriors to go for 2. And they're going to turn to the Virginia Cavalier commit. Wow, I like this Tanner Cowley. This is a gutsy call on a 2-point conversion. Wow, he dives past the pylon. We're tied up at 21 apiece. But Rumson-Fairhaven gets the ball last, and they make a meaningful drive. Volker. Well, looks like he was going to get dropped for a loss. Charlie Volker is relentless. This is a big-time run. There's a minute 15 to go. RFH would whittle the clock down. There's 16 seconds left in the fourth, and it's O'Connor to Kenny Farrar for the win. Woo, wow. Clutch play by Rumson-Fairhaven, and the Bulldogs come through with the victory. What a football game in Manasquan. 28-21 is your final. Look at the numbers for Charlie Volker. 30 carries, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. We also saw the coming out party for Connor Morgan. The freshman from Manasquan had 3 TD runs of his own. But in the end, the clutch play comes from Kenny Farrar. He caught that game-winning touchdown pass with just a few ticks left on the clock. The man who threw it to him, Michael O'Connor. He spoke with our Alex Lorenzo after the game.
It was just offensive line did a great job blocking. We knew everyone was keen on Charlie, so just play action, and I had Kenny in the end zone.
What was it like having Charlie back in the lineup, and what does that do for your team going forward?
It opens up a lot. It's like it's a great player, best running back in the state in my opinion, and just means a lot to have him back.
Big showdown in Middletown. Shore Regional taking on Modern Day Prep. Mark Constantino's team coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss to Dunellen, and early on that high-powered Modern Day offense went to work. Christian Palmer to Tyson White. The Seraphs are on the move, and then here the give back to Tyson White. He's in the zone, and the Seraphs strike first. It's 6-0 Modern Day. They're going to go for 2, and it's Palmer. Looks like he's going to throw it left. Doesn't like what he sees. He just heads right towards that right pylon. He's in for 2 points. It's 8-0 Modern Day. Now, Shore Regional was real excited to see number 44 back on the football field. Doug Goldsmith, his first game of the year, he had a small fracture in his kneecap. And boy, Shore Regional is a different team with Doug Goldsmith in the mix. Same drive, early second quarter. Goldsmith finds the end zone from 5 yards out. It's 8-7. Shore Regional down by 1. Then Palmer to the air is picked off by Matthew Pinnell. And Pinnell comes up with a big play. It sets the stage for Doug Goldsmith, his second touchdown of the game. This is a 3-yard scoring play, and with a minute 6 to go in the half, it's 14-8, and that was the score in intermission. Shore by 6. Second half was all about defense, and the Blue Devils certainly came to play. Remember, this modern-day team so explosive. James Bedell with a tackle for a loss right there. And then Eric Graham on 4th down with modern day driving. He gets the sack. It remains a 14-8 football game, and this one would go back and forth. Modern day's defense did some good things. Vincenzo Mezzacapa with the INT late in the third. At the end of 3, it's still a 14-8 football game. 4th quarter now. It's Goldsmith on 3rd and 1. He's got the first down and a whole bunch more. Tough physical runner. Shore would miss a field goal, and then Mark Constantino has an interesting dilemma. It's 4th and 1 from his own 24, late in the game, only up by 6. Let's take you through his thought process.
And it was 4th and so it's less than a yard. I think if we can't get that, we don't deserve it. So honestly, I knew what I wanted to do, but I told the kids, it's your season. What do you want to do? I did say to them, though, I want to go for it, and they were like, we want to go for it.
Well, he made the right call because Goldsmith gets the first down, and that allows Shore Regional to run out the clock. Boy, that is a gutsy call on the road. You're up by 6 on your own 24. If you get a stuff there, boy, Modern Day's got a chance to win the football game. But in the end, it's Shore Regional coming through. What a defensive performance by Shore Regional. Remember, this Modern Day offense, we've shown them a bunch of times here on Shore Sports Zone. You've seen them score 40, 50 points, explosive. And this Blue Devils defense was able to buckle down and really keep a talented offense in check. You saw 2 good football teams on Saturday afternoon, no question about it, but it is Shore Regional getting a 14-8 win over Modern Day. And we spoke with Doug Goldsmith, who was thrilled to be back playing football here in mid-October.
Right when I found out I hurt myself, it was one of the worst news of my life. Then I knew I would be back this game after the bye week, and practice, I was just so excited to get back at it with all my friends, like my best friends, because all these kids are great on the team. And then pregame, I was like, all right, I had to calm myself down, and it was just like any other game I played. Been playing all my life with Pop Warner and everything, and it was just a great feeling to get the W in the end.
This is a huge game last week to Nellen. Like, they scored 2 touchdowns the last minute, and we really were upset about that. We had a bye week. We really worked hard. We were a little buggered up. We got Doug Goldsmith back, and it was just a really big game. We needed this to stay in division title contention, so setting up a game against Point Beach, see what Modern Day and Point Beach happens. So if Point Beach beats them, it'll be a big game on Halloween.
The Scarlet Flyers of Neptune with a Saturday afternoon road trip to Colts Neck. The Cougars winless, but wanted to change that. And the defense sets the tone early. That's Gavin Fu with a nice stuff right there on Jaree Parrish. And defense was the story in the first quarter. Xavier King sacking Max Mullaney. We're scoreless at the end of 1. But Colts Neck gets things going in the second. This is Mullaney to Christian Sanchez. He catches it at midfield, and he's going to tack on 40 more yards. Great run by Christian Sanchez after the catch all the way down to the 10-yard line. It would lead to this. Abdul Qudus. Nice change of direction there. Qudus shedding the tackles. He's in the zone. 7-0. The Cougars strike first. Then more defense by Colts Neck. Ralph McClain picked off by Steven Barsky. And Barsky with a good run after the INT. Down to the 30-yard line. And Colts Neck is feeling it now. This is a hungry football team looking for that first win. And Mullaney showing the wheels. And now he's going to do a little sideline dance. And Mullaney gets to the open field. He gets shoved out of bounds at the 16-yard line. This first half was all about Colts Neck because a couple of plays later, Mullaney over the middle. Jordan DeGroot has it at the half. Upset alert. It's 14-0 Colts Neck. Now here's what happens in Shore Sports Zone. TJ Brustowitz heads over to the Marlboro Freehold Township game. We're going to show you those highlights in just a moment. And while that happens, it's a 14-14 game. Neptune forces overtime, but we get back in time for OT. And here's Isaiah Calhoun and the Neptune defense making a stuff. So Colts Neck tries to take the lead with a field goal in OT. It's no good. And now Neptune needs to just put any points on the board to win the football game. Jaree Parrish here on 3rd down is stopped at the 20-yard line. And so now Hunter Daly has a chance to win it in OT, and he makes it by a whisker. Wow. Hunter Daly from 37. And the Neptune Scarlet Flyers avoid the upset bid by Colts Neck. 17-14 is your final in OT. So it certainly was the tale of two halves. Colts Neck played outstanding in the first half. You saw them go up 14-0. This Neptune team battled back in the second half, was able to force overtime, and that Hunter Daly field goal was something to see. It just got over the crossbar. TJ Brustowitz able to talk with the big hero, Hunter Daly, about that game-winning boot.
I relied on my team. I really just, honestly, I just sat over there and practiced. I knew my team would get me in good range so I can make one. And honestly, Javri, one who scored, he was a good running back, came over, talked to me, told me just to relax. Honestly, all this, just the team helping me in the block and the holder, all that was perfect today.
Definitely won tougher than I was hoping for, but not tougher than I expected. We watched them on film. We knew they were dangerous. We expected them to give us a shot. They played a heck of a game.
We wrapped things up at Marlboro High School. We had a football game between Freehold Township and the Mustangs. It was a 6-6 game at the half. Second half, this was Marlboro's best effort of the season. That's Michael Wolf. Nice catch by Tyler Tannen, but the drive would stall. So later in the third, it's Jack O'Brien going to work. His favorite target is Frank Suglia. You'll see him on the stat zone as one of the area leaders in receiving. And then they turn to the ground game. This is Max Nowak, only a sophomore. Great run inside the 5-yard line. And it would lead to Nowak, his first varsity touchdown. And it was a meaningful one. It puts Freehold Township in front 12-6 early in the fourth. And then they go to the veteran, Matt Pine. 2-point conversion. Well, that's nice blocking by the O-line right there. It's 14-6 Freehold Township. And then Pine, a guy who has done some great things. He had a 17-tackle performance last week to go along with 3 touchdowns. And just take a look at this run here. Just battling. Just outside the 10-yard line. And then the insurance touchdown coming from Max Nowak. Great run right there. And how about the Patriots of Freehold Township? They're able to pull away in the second half, get a 21-6 win over Marlboro. Freehold Township is now at 500, 3-3 on the season. Boy, Coach D'Antonio is doing a good job of seeing a much improved Freehold Township team from 2013 to 2014. Max Nowak, welcome to varsity football. 2 touchdown runs. Matt Pine, outstanding once again as the Patriots get the win by 15 at Marlboro. We had so many great highlights once again on Friday and Saturday. We can't wait to show you the nominees for the top play of Week 6. We'll post those on Sunday morning on ShoreSportsZone.com. Remember, top performer, top play. We'll have 2 polls going up. The winners will get Monmouth Building Center game balls. And we thank the fans once again for coming out in force and visiting us every day right here on ShoreSportsZone.com.